the campfire that was already lit, 3 friends, a remote forest in West Virginia, and a night that made them swear they would never camp again. Before I tell you this story, imagine something. You're deep in the woods, no signal, no roads for miles, and suddenly, you see a campfire burning between the trees, already lit, already warm. Around it are 3 logs arranged perfectly like seats. One for you, one for your friend, and one for the third person. But the worst part, there were footprints all around the fire. Human footprints, and something else. Huge barefoot tracks that didn't look human at all. Long toes, deep impressions, far too large for any person, and every set of tracks led into the forest. None of them came back out. This happened to Caleb, Jordan, and Sienna in September 2020 on the Appalachian Trail in West Virginia. Sienna had discovered a hidden clearing through satellite maps. It wasn't marked on any hiking guide or campsite map. Nobody was supposed to know about it. By the time they reached the clearing, the sun was already beginning to set, and the moment they stepped through the trees, they froze. A fire was burning in the center of the clearing. Fresh wood, bright flames, crackling loudly in the cold air, and around it were 3 stripped logs placed evenly in a triangle, like someone had prepared seats for them. Jordan forced a laugh. Maybe another group left it here, but Caleb wasn't listening because he had noticed the footprints. Human tracks circled the fire 3 times in a slow pattern, but mixed between them were giant prints with long claw-like toes. Sienna grabbed her flashlight and followed the tracks toward the northern tree line. The footprints continued for several yards, then suddenly stopped. Not faded, stopped, as if whatever made them had simply vanished into thin air. "We need to leave," Sienna whispered. That was when they heard it. Knock. A sharp wooden knock deep in the forest. Then silence. A few seconds later, knock. Another one answered from the south side of the woods. Jordan stood up immediately. The temperature dropped so fast their breath became visible. And then the whispering started. Soft voices coming from every direction. Not English, not any language they recognized. It sounded ancient, broken, wrong. Caleb covered his ears. "You guys hear that too, right?" Sienna didn't answer. She was staring into the trees. 2 pale yellow eyes were watching them from the darkness, far higher than any human's eyes should have been. By then it was too dark to hike 6 miles back to the car, so they stayed. Nobody slept. Every few minutes the knocking returned. North side, then south, like something was circling them patiently, waiting. At exactly 1:17 a.m., Caleb suddenly grabbed Sienna's arm. "Don't move," he whispered. At the edge of the firelight, something was standing between the trees. Tall, too tall. Its arms hung below its knees, thin like dead branches. Its head tilted at an impossible angle, and its eyes completely white. Jordan's voice shook. "That's not a person." The thing smiled, but its mouth never moved. Instead, laughter echoed through the entire forest, as if the woods themselves were laughing. Then the fire suddenly shrank without warning, and in the darkness behind the creature, more faces appeared. 10, maybe 15, all standing silently between the trees, all with glowing white eyes. Sienna backed away slowly. "Those aren't people," she whispered. They're jinn." The tall creature took one slow step toward the campfire, then another. Everywhere its feet touched, the ground turned black. Jordan panicked. "Run!" The 3 of them sprinted into the forest. Behind them, branches snapped violently. Something huge was chasing them. Caleb looked back once, and instantly regretted it. The creature was no longer walking on 2 legs. It was crawling on all 4s at impossible speed. Its neck twisted backward, its limbs bent wrong, and behind it, Dozens of dark figures rushed through the trees. Jordan suddenly screamed and crashed to the ground. Something had grabbed his leg. Sienna pointed the flashlight downward. A black hand was reaching out of the soil itself. The fingers were impossibly long. The nails looked more like claws. It was pulling Jordan into the ground. Caleb grabbed him with both arms and pulled with all his strength. The moment Jordan came free, a scream exploded from the forest so loud the trees shook. Just before sunrise, they finally reached the car. Jordan's leg was covered in dark bruises shaped like giant fingers. The second his phone regained signal, a notification appeared. Unknown number, one image attached. Jordan opened it. It was a photo of their campfire, but this time, the picture showed more than the fire. Behind the trees, dozens of glowing white eyes stared directly at the camera, and standing beside the flames was the tall creature, waiting. Under the photo was a single message: "Why did you leave?" 2 days later, police returned to the clearing. They found no people, no tents, no evidence of campers. But in the center of the clearing, there was a massive black circle burnt into the ground, and inside the circle, 3 freshly placed logs waited beside a cold fire, like something was expecting new visitors.